Dear Barnes & Noble, please put the sale back to the way it has been for the last several years. Please also never change anything without asking for our permission ever again. XOXO, Lindsay and her best friends on YouTube. Hey guys, we are back with another one, and today we're going to be talking about what books I picked up at this year's Barnes & Noble sale. This year it seemed early. Typically what they do is it's 50% off of all hardcover books for the entire month of January, and I have always jumped on that and made sure to capitalize on that sale. I would wait the entire year and do some serious damage on that sale. And this year they started it early. And it honestly sucked. Like, there's no nice way to say it, because the changes that they made were not asked for, were not approved by me. And just, it wasn't good. It wasn't good, guys. I don't know, like, comment below if you disagree and like you felt that this year's was way better, but let's first go over some of the changes they made. Okay, so like I said, typically how the sale works is that it's simple. It's just 50% off of all hardcovers, right? And you just earn 50% of your points. That was always the way it worked. But for some reason in this economy, they decided to change the way the sale was going to work this month. Or this year, I should say. And this year it started earlier, like right after Christmas, and it was only 50% off of like select hardcovers, only online. And then in stores, they changed it to 33% off of certain hardcovers. Not all hardcovers, just randomly selected hardcovers. And then they were like, no, but it's okay. It doesn't even matter that we are like completely screwing you out of, what is that, 17% sales? We're just going to give you $20 for every $50 you spend in points. So for like a split second, I was like, okay, that kind of works out. And when I first went in there, I was like, I'm actually going to prefer that because I could use it to buy other books that I wanted that weren't hardcovers. And even though I'm not getting the 33% off, if I buy 50 bucks worth of those books, I'm now getting $20 in rewards back. So I was like, okay, this could end up working out. Except for when I got in there, I found out that it's not just like a $20 credit on your bill for whatever other books you get. No. Barnes & Noble said, nay, that's not how this is going to work. It is a $20 point coupon, basically. Like, they're going to give you $20 extra towards your points, but it's only on the qualifying hardcovers that you buy. So you had to buy $50 in the qualifying hardcovers, not any other purchases that you made. And it's not like you just got a $20 credit off of your bill for every 50 bucks. They're going to add it to your points account, and they give themselves a 72-hour window to do so, which meant that by the time the points hit your account, the 33% off in-store sale is going to be gone. I'm sorry, what? Come again? Like, listen, I get it. Times are tough, Barnes & Noble, but like, not good. I don't know. I did not love the changes. I would love to hear your guys' opinions, because like maybe I'm looking at this all wrong. Maybe I'm just an ungrateful little, spoiled girl who really looks forward to January all year and felt very, very gypped. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But in my opinion, the changes they made sucked. Did that stop me from going and shopping? No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I still went and spent a ridiculous amount of money, and I still got books that I didn't need. But that's okay. I'm going to quit the criticism, quit the negativity, and we are going to jump to the happy stuff, which is what books I picked up this year. I did all of my shopping in store because the instant gratification, guys. I just like want to walk out with it. So I did grab all of my books in store, and let's jump right into it. Okay, if you're new here, I'm going to say something that's coming across as a little bit repetitive, but for anybody that happens to stumble upon this video and doesn't typically watch my videos, I have to tell you, I am a go-in blind reader, which means I don't like to know a ton about the books before I buy them and before I read them. So The theme of this video is always me picking up books and telling you I know nothing about them. And then proceeding to like read the jacket or make horrible assumptions that are usually way off base. But that's my style, guys. That's my brand, being way off base. So this is going to be another one of those videos. And without further ado, the first book I picked up was The Stranger Upstairs by Lisa M. Matlin. I know this book made its way around BookTube a while ago. It is a thriller, a mystery thriller. I've never read anything by this article? I've never read anything by this author, but the cover is just like, hi, you're beautiful, blue and hot pink and purple. It's gorgeous. So I think like mostly I just got like sucked into the cover. But it says, most people wouldn't buy an infamous murder house to renovate for fun, but Sarah Slade is not most people. A therapist and self-help writer with all the answers, Sarah has just bought a gorgeous Victorian in the community of her dreams. Turns out you can get a killer deal on a house where someone was murdered. Plus, renovating Blackwood House makes for great blog content and a potential distraction from her failing marriage. Good thing nobody knows that Sarah's past is as tainted as the bloodstain on the bedroom floor. But the renovations are fast becoming a nightmare. Sarah imagined custom avocado wallpaper, massive profits, and an appreciative husband who would want to share her bed again. Instead, the neighbors hate her guts and her husband still sleeps on the couch. I think weird stuff, paranormal stuff starts happening, but that's the first book. Okay, the next book I got I was really, really excited about because I do have a couple of his works on my shelves, and I've heard that he's actually like a pretty consistently good author. So I picked up The Marriage Act by John Mars. I don't know if this is his new one. I don't think it is new. When was this published? Wow, he has a lot more books than I thought he did, actually. Oh, January of 2023. So it's not brand new, but it was published in 2023. I know nothing about it. Here it comes. The theme. It said, what if marriage was the law? Dare you disobey? Britain, the near future, a right-wing government believes it has the answer to society's ills. This might talk me out of itself quickly. The Sanctity of Marriage Act, which actively encourages marriage as the norm, punishing those who choose to remain single. Oh no. Guys, big scary marriage. Don't do it. It's so scary. Everyone should just stay single. Oh God, this book might be a return. Let's push through it. Let's push through it. But four couples are about to discover just how impossible relationships can be when the government is monitoring every aspect of our personal lives, monitoring every word, every minor disagreement, and will use every tool in its arsenal to ensure everyone will love, honor, and obey. Wow, that's a concept. Imagine if the government didn't already monitor everything you say and do. Just the cover. Just the inside cover infuriated me. I don't know if this one's going to work out for me, guys. My blood pressure. I can't take it. All right, we got to take a sip of coffee. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, let's just move on and pretend that one didn't happen. The next book I picked up was Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas. This is the author of The Hacienda, which I actually do own, but I've never read. And I think this does have horror elements to it. This I've actually heard is really, really good. So it says, vampires and vaqueros face off. I believe, oh gosh, we're going back to like high school Spanish. Vaqueros are cowboys, right? Just another Lindsay video where we're going to look things up. Cowboys. I was right. Cowboys. Okay. Vampires and vaqueros face off on the Texas-Mexico border in their supernatural western from the author of The Hacienda. As the daughter of a rancher in 1840s Mexico, Nina knows a thing or two about monsters. Her home has long been threatened by tensions with Anglo settlers from the north, but something more sinister lurks near the ranch at night, something that drains men of their blood and leaves them for dead. Something that once attacked Nina 9 years ago. I think that sounds good. And like I said, I do think this does kind of like cross the line into like a baby horror, I think. So that's, I kind of haven't branched into the horror genre yet. I've read like baby horrors or books that are maybe everybody like experienced horror readers would consider like a mystery thriller, but I consider a baby horror. Like I'm going to be honest with you, The Last Word by Taylor Adams, I consider that a baby horror. That one got me, freaked me out. was a little bit gory. So I think that this might be a baby horror to me. Okay, these next two were actually not part of the sale, but I grabbed them anyways. And I actually, full disclosure, threw these in my cart and got up to the counter. And that was when they told me that the only way you got the $20 refund was if you bought the participating hardcovers. So at that point, I was excited that I had found them. I didn't want to have to go back and put them on all the shelves. So I was like, whatever, just ring me up at this point. But I did grab Fuel the Fire by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Is this the 8th? I think this one is the 8th in the Addicted Calloway series. I'm not going to read the back of this because I don't want to know. I do believe this is Rose and Connor's book though. So the Addicted Calloway series, I've read 3 of them so far, and they've been a little hit or miss for me. Like, Addicted to You was decent. Ricochet was like a creepy, horrible, what the hell am I reading, 2-star read. Like, go back. I can post the video right here, and I'll put the link in the description below, like my review for Ricochet, because there were parts of that book that were just so problematic, and I just did not like it at all. And then Addicted, what was it, after Addicted for Now, I think was the 3rd book, went back to being like pretty good. I think so far 2 out of the 3 of those have been Lily and Lo's story, and I think I connect to them more than I did with the characters in Ricochet, but I'm going to continue on with the series. I've heard that you get very, very invested in these characters, so I'm hoping that, like, I'll kind of connect to it more after a couple more books, but it's a huge series, so Fuel the Fire by Krista and Becca Ritchie. Next up is Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. This is the 2nd book in the Boys of Tommen series after the first one, which is Binding 13. This was picked up by, is it Bloom? I think it is Bloom. This was picked up by Bloom Publishing, so they're actually releasing their new covers, and these are the same format that I always talk about how obsessed I am with the Brandon Sanderson paperbacks. Like, super floppy, stay open when you're reading them kind of books, and I love that. So I have not read Binding 13 yet, but I'm really excited to get into them. The only thing is, these are, oh, there's a little defect in my book. That's okay. It won't keep me from reading it. It's fine. But these are, you know, 500 pages of really tiny print. So I'm a little intimidated by them, and I've heard very 50-50 things about them. Some people are so hooked into this series that it's become like a cult-like obsession, and other people are just kind of like meh about them, like don't really love it or find them too slow. I do believe that this is like a kind of slow burn, and slow burns for me are like, you have to do them perfectly right for me to like them, because a lot of slow burns end up boring the hell out of me and they lose me if they're too slow burn, or if you read 500 pages to get to a handhold. Don't necessarily love that. We'll see. Okay, so the next 3 books I picked up are the 3rd, 4th, and 5th books in the CRAVE series by Tracy Walsh. Tracy Wolf. What is happening? Chloe Walsh, Tracy Wolf. Not Walsh. But the 3rd book is Court. The 4th book is Charm. And the 5th book is Cherish. So the 1st book is Crave. The 2nd book is Crush. The 3rd book is Covet. So I did want to grab the rest of the series. I think there is like 1 or 2 more to the series as well, but I just wanted to finish off what I saw in the store so far, and they were the select hardcovers, so I did get them 50 or 33% off, and they did count towards my $20 off of every 50. So that was good. Basically, I'm not going to tell you what happens in these because I don't know if they're spoilers, but I have read the 1st book, and it's about a girl whose parents pass away in a car accident, and she is shipped up to live or stay with her uncle and her cousin in Alaska, and her uncle happens to be the headmaster of basically like this, what she thinks is this kind of like secluded boarding school, and it turns out that it's for magical creatures. So this series has every magical creature you can think of: dragons, gargoyles, vampires, werewolves, like mind readers, like anything, like teleporters, anything you could think of. But I actually really did enjoy CRAVE. I'm definitely going to continue on with the series, so I wanted to kind of grab the next 3 that I needed. Okay, next up is a book that the author, who is Amy Kaufman, was nice enough to send me an ARC for, and I do have it on my Kindle. I haven't read it yet, but the synopsis for it sounded so good that I knew that I was just going to support her and grab the hardback when it came out, and that is The Isle of the Gods by Amy Kaufman. This cover is gorgeous. I love this, and it was part of the sale, so I wanted to pick it up. It says, Sally has salt water in her veins, so when her father leaves her high and dry in the port of Kirkpool, she has no intention of riding out the winter at home when he sails off for adventure. But any plans to follow him are dashed when a handsome stranger with telltale magician's marks on his arms commandeers her ship. He is Prince Leander of Alinor, and he needs to cross the Crescent Sea without detection so he can complete a ritual on the sacred Isle of the Gods. Sally has no desire to escort a spoiled prince anywhere and no time for his entitled demands or his good looks. But what starts as a leisure cruise will lead to acts of treason and sheer terror on the high seas, bringing two countries to the brink of war, two strangers closer than they ever thought possible, and two dangerous gods stirring from centuries of rest. Magic, romance, and slumbering gods clash in the start of this riveting fantasy series spanning gangsters' dens, forgotten temples, and the high seas. Does that not sound amazing? So I do, like I said, have the ARC, but I wanted to pick this up because I want to have this series on my shelves. Okay, the next book I'm going to tell you about is very, very special because my younger son, Cole, picked it out for me. So the next book that I grabbed is, do you want to tell them about the book you picked out for me? Do you want to tell them?
I don't know.
Here, take my seat. You're the star of the show. Go ahead. Tell them about what you picked out for me and why.
The Prisoners of Azkaban is her favorite book.
It is.
And this book is a special edition.
Don't bend the pages!
No.
Oh my god, you're killing me with your craziness. Alright, go ahead.
And she's really wanted it, so I got it for her.
Yes. This is a special edition of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban that I have wanted for a very, very long time. And when we were at the sale the other day, Coley came with me and he found it on the shelves and he was like, Mommy, I want to get this for you. So it is an illustrated special edition of Prisoner of Azkaban and I'm obsessed with it. It was the greatest gift ever. So thank you, Mr. Cole. Thanks, all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guest appearance. So this is what it looks like. It is the hardcover massive special edition and it is fully illustrated. Oops. It has these stunningly beautiful illustrations throughout the book. I saw this one that just like blew my mind. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it right now, but there is one that is like a full... Oh! Really?
So there's a problem with it.
What?
I kind of broke it.
We can glue it.
I am not using any more filament, and I'm not doing that again. But
what?
I'm not printing it again. But
no, well, we can glue it. Oh my gosh! Wait, perfect timing. We were just talking about Harry Potter.
Hogwarts.
Let me see.
Guys, it's Hogwarts.
Let me see.
It's the Whoville Hogwarts.
I have super glue. We can fix it.
It's Hogwarts.
Oh my gosh! So perfect
that new
timing.
filament looks awesome.
It looks amazing. So perfect timing. So my 13-year-old, do you want to wave?
Subscribe to Mr. MC and Icebreaker.
Here we go again. Okay, so my 13-year-old got a 3D printer from Santa this year, and he printed me Hogwarts. Oops, a little piece of it broke. We're
By the way,
gonna
that's not my design.
crazy glue it. But he printed me, I don't know if you guys can see this. Can I scooch forward? Hogwarts.
Not my design. Not my design.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's beautiful.
I'm just saying, it's not
In
my
this beautiful blue iridescent shift.
I'm not taking credit.
You know where this is going to go? This is going to sit right on top of my Harry Potter collection.
Nice!
That is absolutely gorgeous. This little piece broke when he like took it off of the... Oh!
And that was a floating castle.
That's magic. That's how it works. It's magic. A wizard did that. Give it to me before you break it worse.
It just...
This little part did break off of it when he was taking it off of the bed, but we will glue that and it will be great and it's going to look beautiful on top of my Harry Potter collection. Look at that blue to green shift.
After 25 hours.
It took him 25 hours, and that wasn't including like the design and the G-code and stuff like that. It took him 25 hours to do this,
and a 9-hour failed print too.
So I got spoiled by both my boys. Thank you, bud.
Now I can use my printer for stuff I want to make.
That's nice. Like I'm such an inconvenience.
I'm joking.
Yeah. So beautiful Harry Potter. Wait, I want to show you guys.
I'm gonna go print Cristiano Ronaldo.
You go do that. I want to show you guys my favorite part. Right here on one of the turrets. Oh, can you see it? I don't know if it can. He even included the little bridge from the astronomy tower. How amazing is that? So there you go, guys. He printed me Hogwarts. How cool is that? Oh, I love it. Okay, we're going to glue it and then we're going to display it. And maybe at the end of this video, I will show you what it looks like on top of my Harry Potter collection. But there you go. Those were my 2 Harry Potter related items. Like I was saying before, somewhere in here, there is like a gorgeous like schematic of Hogwarts. And when we were in the store and I was like flipping through the book, I was like, wow, I think I just found it. Wow, it's beautiful. Maybe not. Nope, I didn't. But that was so special because Cole found it for me and got it for me. So the special edition, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The next book I grabbed is The Ruined by Renee Adaya. I do have her, what is it, like The Wrath and the Dawn, I think? I think it's, oh, it's in my other room. The Wrath and the Dawn series, I think is what it's called. And I grabbed this one because this was the only one that was included in the hardcover sale. But I didn't realize till I got home that this is book 4 of the Beautiful Quartet. So what I did, if I love this, maybe I will end up picking up the rest of the series in physical copy, but at this point, I don't know if I'm going to love her writing enough to want to have, you know, every single one of them in a hardcover on my shelf. So I did put books 1 through 3 on my Kindle, but I did pick up The Ruined. I'm not going to read the back of it because it will give away spoilers, but I'm almost positive this takes place in, this could be wrong, but I think it's like 1800s Louisiana. I'm not sure, but if you want to know the synopsis, go ahead and read the synopsis for The Beautiful by Renee Adaya. Next up, I grabbed Cursed Crowns, which is the second book after the first one, which is Twin Crowns by Catherine Doyle and Catherine Weber. This book, once again, it's the second. I'm not going to say much, but I do believe it's about like 2 princesses separated for different purposes from their kingdom. I'm not entirely sure, but heard really good things about it. This is YA Regency royalty fantasy. After Cursed Crowns, I was walking through the aisles and I happened to walk by this and I just grabbed it on a whim. This is Never a Hero by Vanessa Len. I do have the special edition of the first book, which is Only a Monster by her. I have it in, I believe it's the Fairy Loot edition. And I think it's about our main character who's slowly turning into a monster. I don't know. Let's grab that because I'm intrigued. Okay, this is the Fairy Loot, I think. Yeah. Edition of Only a Monster by Vanessa Len. It has the beautiful pocket watch on the cover with the sprayed edges. I don't know if you can see those with the sprayed edges and the beautiful foiled naked hardcover with the artwork on the inside. I just dropped something out of it. But the artwork on the inside, and it is signed by Vanessa Len. And I want to see what this is about. So, oh, got a little bent, but in every story, there is a hero and a monster. It should have been the perfect summer. Sent to stay with her late mother's eccentric family in London, 16-year-old Joan is determined to enjoy herself. She loves her nerdy job at the historic Holland House, and when her super cute coworker Nick asks her on a date, it feels like everything is falling into place. Then, a Good Samaritan attempt gone wrong sends Joan spinning through time and her life quickly begins to unravel. Her family aren't just eccentric, they're monsters with terrifying hidden powers. And Nick isn't just a cute boy, he's a legendary monster slayer who will do anything to bring them down. As she battles Nick, Joan is forced to work with the beautiful and ruthless Erin Oliver, heir to a monster family that hates her own. She'll have to embrace her own monstrousness if she is to save herself and her family, because in this story, she is not the hero. So yeah, she and her family are monsters, and he's a monster hunter. I just thought that sounded so good. So I was randomly walking down the aisle, and I happened to spot the second one on the shelves as part of the series, so I grabbed it because I'm super intrigued by the first book. So after walking past Never a Hero and spotting it, I then did the same thing. As I came to the end cap, I came around the corner and I spotted Night of the Witch by Sarah Roche and Beth Revis. I know nothing about this except for the fact that the lime green spine in the cover caught my eye. So let's see what it's about. It said, a witch should never fall for her hunter. So it says, their love could never be forbidden. Fritzy is a witch, the lone survivor of a brutal attack on her coven. She's determined to find her only remaining family member and bring the Hexenjäger's zealot witch hunters. Say that 6 times fast. To justice for the lives they ended. To do this, she will need to take down their leader, the merciless and enigmatic Commandant Dieter Kirch. Otto is a Hexenjäger, but that's just his cover. Years ago, the Hexenjägers burned his innocent mother alive, and he has been plotting his revenge against the people who tore apart his family ever since. And now, the time has come for them to pay for what they've done. When Fritzy and Otto are unexpectedly thrown together, neither is sure that they can trust the other. The reluctant truce, fueled by their common enemy, takes them from the city at the heart of the Hexenjäger's power to the wild and mysterious Black Forest. As old truths come to light and new dangers are revealed, Fritzy and Otto uncover a horrifying magical plot at the center of the Hexenjäger attacks that leads back to Commandant Kirch, but their own growing feelings for each other may be the most powerful magic of all. So she's gonna go and take him out, and then they fall in love and have a common enemy. Like, sold. I'm in. Put it in my cart. So the next book I want to talk about, I've actually been eyeing for a long time, and I cannot tell you the number of times I've been in Barnes & Noble and I've thrown this in my bag, and then like when you have that moment when you're getting close to checkout and your bag weighs 175 pounds and you go, I don't even know what I have in this bag anymore. I have blacked out and added 400 books to my bag, and you have to like stop at a table or sit down in a chair or sit down on the floor. We've all done it. No judgments here. Okay. And take out your books and filter through what you're going to get and what you're going to wait on. This book has always been one of the ones I just kind of like trimmed from the herd, right? So I finally decided to pick it up because it was 33% off and part of the $20 off deal. So that is Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellers. This is a lit fit book, so admittedly it is a bit out of my comfort zone and I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it. But from what I understand, I believe it's like an age gap. I think it's student-teacher or like professor-teacher romance, I think. 24-year-old British painter Cleo has escaped from England to New York and is still finding her place in the sleepless city when, a few months before her student visa ends, she meets Frank. 20 years older and a self-made success, Frank's life is full of all the excesses Cleo lacks. He offers her the chance to be happy, the freedom to paint, and the opportunity to apply for a green card. But their impulsive marriage irreversibly changes both their lives and the lives of those close to them in ways they never could have predicted. Each compulsively readable chapter explores the lives of Cleo, Frank, and an unforgettable cast of their closest friends and family as they grow up and grow older. I love the cover too. The cover is just basically a piece of art. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about this book, but I've picked it up and put it down so many times that when I got a chance to buy it on sale, and I think it put me over that line to get that second $20 coupon or God, whatever nonsense that was. I just said, you know what? Now's the time. I'm going to pull the trigger. You guys are going to be so disappointed in me. Because I feel like in the last couple of videos, I've shown you different editions of the same book that I've purchased. It's excessive and it's ridiculous, and I've never read it. But I now own like 4 copies of the same book that I've never read, but there's a reason, so take it easy, okay? Just take it easy on me. I bought another edition of Aragon by Christopher Paolini, but I bought it because of this little fun sticker right there. This is actually signed by Christopher Paolini, and the Barnes & Noble, I don't know if you can see that, but the Barnes & Noble that I was at had leftover stock from the Black Friday sale, and this was one of the books that I kind of kicked myself that I missed out on. So I saw it. It was so far after Black Friday. I don't honestly know how they had a copy left because I haven't seen it anywhere else. And I said, you know what? Maybe this is a sign. What is one more copy of a book I've never read gonna hurt? So I did get a copy of Aragon signed by Christopher Paolini. I also have no excuse for the last book because of what we just discussed about Aragon. Have I read Aragon book 1? No. Have I read Aragon book 2? No. Have I read 3, 4, or whatever 5 is? No. But I did pick up the newest release, which is Murtagh, I think? Murtagh by Christopher Paolini. This just released, and honestly, the only excuse I have for this is that it's normally a $30 book. I think it was like 15% or 20% off, and then it was like another 33% off from that. And I got the $20 points because this was included in the sale. So that was really it. There was no other reason for why I picked this up. And that's it, guys. Those are all the books I grabbed for the Barnes & Noble sucky sale. But you know what? Was it the greatest sale they've ever had? No. But at the end of the day, I still did grab a ton of really, really good books. I'm happy to add all these books into my collection, and I'm happy I got to share them with you. So thanks for watching again. Go ahead and go down below and do all the things you guys are professionals at doing. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell me your top 3 books that you scored from the Barnes & Noble sale. And also feel free to get super salty in the comments below if you also were disappointed in this year's sale, because I certainly was. So love you. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.